right, here we go. It is week 29. Obviously not for this plant, but for the plants inside, it is week 9 of flower. But yeah, had a pretty productive weekend here because I finally got this area ready for the plant. Got my lights set up and everything. Looking pretty good. Oh, and obviously, yeah, bigger pot too. Upgraded from the 7-gallon to the 15-gallon. So gonna have a nice bit of soil to grow into here. And I'm expecting it to start kind of going into flower like mid-August. And it's like the 16th today, I believe, or the 17th. So it should pretty much have another like full month of growth, which should be plenty for this to get pretty dang big. I think I'll probably get at least another foot out of this thing. We'll have to see. But for now, yeah, pretty damn good. I'm loving it. And yeah, we got these little plants in here as well. Got myself a cherry tree, kiwi plants, and this apple tree that I've been very struggling to get growing for like, I think 3 years now. It's like the 3rd year on this stupid little apple tree. It is alive. It's just kind of not, growing. It sure is growing a lot of leaves, but it's just not like, growing, right? Yeah, I don't really know how to grow apple trees, so I don't really know what to do about that, but that is also a thing. Fun little weekend project. Glad I finally got it done because I have been kind of sort of putting it off, or at the very least the weather has been keeping me from doing it. Still haven't got the plastic sheet up yet. I got that coming sometime this week, so it'll probably be up at some point this week. It shouldn't be raining between now and then, hopefully. So, hopefully none of this electrical equipment gets fried or anything like that, because it is just kind of sitting there open. But it should be fine. But yeah, nonetheless, this thing is looking great. Just gonna need to like sort of adjust into this bag a little bit still. Give it a couple more waterings, top it off with a little bit more soil, and it should be good to go. But yeah, I'm excited to see just how big that trunk gets, because that thing is already quite the trunk. Not a whole lot going on with this plant other than the fact that I got this thing up now. All right, here we are again. It is week 29. It is week 9 of flower, so we are getting pretty dang close to the end here. And we got some pretty dank looking nugs, as always. I mean, some of these are just looking real dang good. Super excited about some of this stuff, for sure. Everything's looking pretty dang good, I think. Just got done watering them for the first time this week. Of course, we switched to the Cha-Ching a few days ago. So that is going to be riding out into the sunset, I guess. Not really sure when these things are going to be harvesting. Again, I'm not like actively looking at the trichomes right now, so I'll take another peek here, but I'm sure they're not really all that close. Yeah, definitely still a lot of clear stuff, some white stuff, pretty much almost no amber stuff. There's a little bit of amber here and there, but not enough to be anything shocking. I mean, I'm talking about like super intermittent stuff, like maybe like less than 1% amber. This probably has at least 2 or 3 weeks on it for sure. Not sure how long it's gonna have on it, but I'm hoping for more time rather than less time. I'd like to see these things just like completely fatten up. So, I mean, I got time. I can wait. I like to see these things get fatter than any of the other nugs I've ever grown, because usually I kind of like end up chopping stuff probably like at least a little bit earlier than I could. I think most of the time it's actually just sort of incidental. Like I've got like a vacation or something to kind of plan around, or like some other thing. Like it always seems like there's something going on around like harvest time, and I'm kind of like splitting hairs near the end. But like this is the first time that it's just like kind of a normal like middle of the summer, like ain't really got much going on, so I can just let these things grow, do their thing, and not really have to worry about time constraints at all. Again, still haven't been doing too much manicuring. Probably should be doing more than I am doing. A lot of people would probably have this thing like super lollipopped out by this stage, but again, I'm trying to keep this thing somewhat natural, so I'm trying to do a little bit less than I normally would, as opposed to like a little bit too much, But everything is looking great, looking healthy. Especially these main colas, of course, are just like these beautiful towering mammoth nugs that are only getting bigger by the day. So yeah, give these things 2-3 more weeks. I'm sure these are going to be some fat nugs, because they're pretty fat now and it's only like the start of week 9. I don't know how much of this net material I have left, but I might have to like legitimately cut this thing out of the net and then maybe set up a temporary net just to kind of like hold the thing because I'll probably remove this one, and then this one will probably be going for like another week. We'll see when we get closer to harvest. Obviously, maybe it won't be as crazy as I think it'll be, but assuming this one is like still a week or so behind this one, which it kind of looks like it is, I'm thinking we'll cut them all out. We'll cut all 3 of these scrog nets, which, god damn it, why did I have to use 3 scrog nets now that I think about it? We'll have to cut all 3 of those scrog nets out, and we'll remove this plant, and then we'll center this plant, and then put a 4th fucking scrog net if I have any more scrog material left. I might have to get more already. Oh wait, no, we got this. Can't remember if that's a whole one or not, but yeah, we'll just kind of like not do like a crazy scrog on it, but just like kind of enough to sort of hold it up, because I'm sure this thing is going to be flopping over as soon as I remove the scrog nets. Alright, so here we are. It's been a couple days. It's literally only been like 2-3 days, I guess, since the last little update. We're coming up on the end of week 9 here. It's Friday. Well, actually, it's more technically like exactly the week 9 mark, because Friday is when flower technically started. So yeah, we're technically exactly at week 9, actually, now that I really think about it. But the main thing I wanted to kind of show here is that, yeah, the fading is really starting. So yeah, this thing is going into like full fall fade right now. So definitely coming up on the end of this one's life pretty soon here. Just as I predicted, I think this one's probably going to take a little bit longer. I do kind of feel like I'm running into some sort of issues here. I do kind of have to like figure out what the hell is wrong with this thing. Honestly, I have no clue. I have dialed it back on the nutrients a little bit. I gave it another dose of the cha-ching just now. Well, both of them really. Just giving them straight up cha-ching right now. None of the other like bloom nutrients or anything. Mostly just because I want to like, you know, kind of get them into the cha-ching micronutrients, but I also wanted to give them water. So I kind of just met in the middle, and instead of just giving them water, I gave them water with a couple scoops of the cha-ching. So, or not a couple scoops, they give you a pretty big scoop. I mean, a quarter teaspoon scoops. So, you know, half a teaspoon, really. I think it's somewhat evident that there's some sort of issue going on because, well, the leaves don't look that great. It looks a little bit different than just like, you know, a fade. Like, that's a fade. That's like an end of the life fade. That, on the other hand, I mean, I guess you could still technically call it a fade, but I think that might be some sort of like deficiency. Or even worse, I think it might be toxicity because there's some like burned tips going on. So it's pretty hard to say there, but maybe that's just its way of fading. I honestly don't really know. But you know, the nugs are still looking pretty good. And like the overall health of the plant doesn't seem too terrible. So I'm just gonna roll with it for now, I guess. Yeah, I probably should go take a peek at a leaf chart, maybe like snap a picture of one of these leaves up close, and you know, maybe see if I can't dial in what the problem is, although at this point it might be a little bit too late. Other than that though, yeah, these are looking absolutely fantastic, and I think this is going to be a great smoke. I have no clue what strain this is, but it almost seemed like there's like a bit of purplishness in there. It's definitely some sort of like indica or indica hybrid. This one looking maybe possibly a little sad. I could just be misinterpreting some stuff. I'd say this one's looking a little better than this one, but this one I do not think is as mature as this one either, so it's not really a fair fight.
Yeah, not seeing a whole lot of amber yet, still seeing a decent amount of clear, so
yeah, we're still good. We probably still got at least a couple weeks on these. And yeah, I'm going to try to push these as far as I can for sure, because well, I want to get the most out of these. And then these are probably going to end up going at least another week or two more than these, I think at least. Because I mean, yeah, if we're looking at like the actual size of these nugs, these are not quite as chocolatey as these. All right, here we go. It is the end of week 29 here. But yeah, as you can see, we've got the greenhouse more or less finished now. We've got like sort of a door situation going on, mostly just like a splash guard to protect it from the super chlorinated pool water. But other than that, yeah, obviously like this side's open for some airflow because, you know, it's still summertime. It doesn't really need to be enclosed quite yet. As you can see, it is still like, you know, a good 90 degrees in here. A little bit too warm probably already as it is. But yeah, just actually, I turned this down an hour just to sort of get it somewhat matched to the natural light cycle, because it was set to 18 hours, so now it should be set to, like, I guess 17 hours, which not a huge difference or anything, but it is going to be kind of slowly creeping towards the flowering cycle here, and I'm probably even going to try to experiment with somewhat forcing the flower, maybe. But you know, I think that's kind of one of those things you gotta like kind of do all or nothing with, so we'll see there. May or may not want to experiment with blocking out the light myself, you know, like putting a tarp over this or something. But I do have a camping trip coming up in August, so I'd like to at least wait until after that. But you know, I think theoretically at that point we could even be starting flower already, so it's hard to say really. And yeah, she's doing pretty damn good. Just been kind of like slowly picking out some of the more like yellowy looking leaves, mostly from like the center and whatnot. But other than that, I've been pretty much leaving it alone at this point. Just trying to let it get some nice like growth going on. Because I've already trained it as much as I want to train it. At this point, I'm just kind of going for like overall size, you know what I mean? So if I do end up getting some good flower out of this, oh, I'm going to be getting some big old nugs. That's for sure. Definitely excited about this. I hope that I actually get pretty good results out of this. I've never actually gotten good outdoor results before, so it'd be nice to actually get some good outdoor results for once. And I think my chances are definitely the highest with this situation here. So fingers crossed we actually get a really good harvest out of this year. I think it all kind of depends on how this October hits us, because last year would have been the perfect year for me to do this. Last year. Because we had temperatures in the 80s in like mid-October, and it was absolutely insane. Like we had a pretty decent dry spell, and we had a lot of smoke in the air too, which isn't great, but you know, it was great for keeping it warm enough to actually grow weed outside in the Northwest. So, you know, maybe we'll get another year like that. Not that I want the world to burn or anything, but you know, it sure would be handy to get an 80-degree October again, just so that I could get this thing to flower out a little better. You know what I mean? You know, I feel like it's a good trade-off now. Anyways, though, see you guys in the next video. Not a whole lot with this one, so peace out.